whatever you choose to run, that is on you. And I support your decision to get out and find gold and keep the gold that you find. That's going to be your main difference. So with that said, I have an extensive background in testing lots and lots of different products. And I don't think it's a secret. I found that I love drop riffles the absolute most out of all of them. And that's why I went ahead and bought the entire company, GeoSluice Mining. So you might not like drop riffles, and that's totally fine. You might not like Gold Hog or Keen or any other one, and that's fine too. You might have your one specific brand, and that's what you want to run with. And so, hey, if that's what you feel is working best, feel free, do it up. Because you'll use that until you realize where you're falling short. And then you're going to look for other gear to bridge that gap. Why are people reliving drop riffles? I'm going to tell you why. Because drop riffles work. They absolutely work. Is it true that you can run your drop riffle for too long? Sure. Can you run your Dream Mat or Gold Hog or anything for too long? Absolutely. Does gold migrate in all of them? To a degree. Do you lose gold out of all of them? You bet your bottom dollar you do. It's just how much gold you want to lose. But I'll tell you what, there's a reason all the big time dredgers put a La Trappe in their sluice and run all their cons through it after doing a final cleanup, and they're trusting that to catch all their gold, strip all their cons down to a manageable amount, and guarantee that there's almost zero loss. I was like, oh God, that can't be true. That can't. Let me tell you, I was wrong. I was so wrong about how little I didn't know about drop riffle sluice boxes, and how I needed to get them in my hands and test them myself. So here's what happened. I ended up getting this freak sinus infection, and it lasted for like 9 months. So the Christmas before, my wife bought me a GeoSluice and a La Trappe, and I sat on those things for months because I just didn't feel good, and it was wintertime. So naturally, I take those things out and I get them wet, and I bring my other systems too. And so I'm running them head to head. I'm checking the tailings. I'm finding this, I'm not finding that. I'm doing this and I'm not doing that. And my mind was literally being untaught everything I was told, to the point to where when I called up Jeff Davis, the previous owner of GeoSluice, and I was telling him about my success rates, and we started talking, and he started explaining to me the actual technical information about why drop riffles work, how they process, how much material you can run, how much you can run in one sitting, and how simplistic it is at the same time. I learned a lot. And I kept running it, and I'll tell you what, this year alone, I have pulled 46.675 grams of gold out of a creek using nothing but my river sluices, the Geos. And sure, at the very beginning, about 2.5 grams, which I secluded that from the total amount, that was caught with the previous units, like some of the ones where I had high-low mat, Dream Mat, piece of hog mat, piece of UR mat, V mat, whatever. I simply found that I didn't need any of those things because this did all that, and it didn't lose almost anything. So it just made perfect sense to me that I would take a 2-pound product. I don't even really know that it's there. My bucket weighs more than it does. My classifiers weigh more than it does. And I could plop that thing in the river, and I could classify 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buckets, and I can run it. I could walk away from it, take a picture of where my gold was at, come back to it 12 and a half, 13 minutes later after I classify a full bucket, and find that gold in the same riffle, in the same spot, with the black sand still dancing around it. I've even went as far as to take sticks or a screwdriver, put it in the riffle, just to make sure, see if it was dead, see if it was moving, see if it'd blow out, see if the gold would stay, see if it'd migrate down to the next one. And guess what? I've seen a lot of different things, but one thing that I've never seen in the entire time I've owned this company and the whole year previous to running nothing but GeoSluice mining products, I've never come across a dead riffle. It's never been plugged up. I've never seen my gold tumble all the way out. All the people that I've been hanging out with up at Catch Creek, everybody who's bought a GeoSluice product, they see the same things that I seen in person, in real life. And I don't have to ask them if they want to buy it. They tell me on the spot that, oh my God, I've never seen this happen before. The results speak for themselves. I am sold. How can I pay you? Can you bring me more? So I'm like, sure, I got you. I'll sell you my personal ones and I'll make new ones for me. You can ask any of the people that are running GeoSluice what they see versus now versus what they were seeing before with whatever they were using. And there's a reason why these people keep taking it out time and time again. You gotta ask yourself, why do they keep taking the same thing out over and over and over if it was losing gold, if it was deadlocking up the drop riffles, if it was tumbling gold out? Why are these people sending me messages all the time saying, hey Brad, I've never found this much gold ever. I didn't even know I was losing gold like this. I didn't even know the gold could be captured was that small. So guys, I'm not gonna keep beating this horse here. What I am gonna tell you is I'm always open. I'm designing new stuff. Next year we'll have new sluices. I've already improved a lot of good things and I'm just plugging away, making progress every single day. So guys, I love you all. Don't believe everything you hear. All right guys, well that about takes care of this, but I wanted to point out, if you look at these riffles and you see how they're dancing, that definitely means that they're exchanging. And with that, you can rest assured that whether you have 4 buckets or 8 buckets, your gold will fall out within those riffles. Here's another example of how the gold, fine, microfine gold, fell out in this La Trappe within the first 3 riffles. Maybe there is some in those larger riffles below, but this is why it's so trusted. Also, drop riffles don't discriminate on different shapes or sizes of gold. Most mats will catch the really big stuff, but it's the really odd shaped pieces of gold. And that's what I wanted to point out. You can feed your sluice with a pretty good rate, and I'm telling you, these sluices will handle it, and you will catch a huge amount of your gold to take home. Well, alright guys, I hope I answered all your questions, and if you need anything else, please feel free to reach out, because as you can see, we can catch it all. So, until next time, happy pans, and I hope to see you on the creek.